Women's NPL live from the Veneto Club on your Monday night. Teo Pellizzeri with you, and a pleasure to have your company as the streaming revolution continues in NPL Victoria. Doesn't matter if it's men's or women's or NPL 2. So many live games, and this will complete round one of what has been an intriguing, for the most part, opening weekend of NPLW Victoria this season. We get to see the defending champions tonight, FC Bulleen Lions, and they take on a Heidelberg United team back under the leadership of Bill Mihaludis, who has a number of new faces filling out the squad, and Bulleen themselves have done quite a bit of off-season recruiting too. It's an 8:30 local kickoff. We're not far away from getting started, and as the captains make their way to greet the referee, let's go through the sides as they line up tonight. Bulleen Lions with Emily Shields in goal, 18 Sarah Kane, 11 Mel Camilleri, 22 Emily Dolzan, 6 the captain Caitlin Friend, 14 Christina Hall, 21 Liana Iaconis, 17 Franny Iamano, 20 Kayla Morrison, 10 Rachel Quigley, 13 Hayley Richmond, completing at the starting 11, and on the bench Candela Ferreira-Bass, Kate Fitopoulos, Tessa Cernio, Kelsey Zafaridis and Alex Natoli. For Heidelberg United, their goalkeeper is Christine Fanua, 10. Their American recruit over from the Burundara Eagles, Sydney Allen, a lot of expected of her. 8 Holly Balderston, 16 Monica Fanua, 7 Steph Galea, 12 Daniela Galuccio, 9 is Mel Garcia, the Mex-American import. Number 4 Elizabeth Robers, 17 Rebecca Saber, 5 Ellie Torre and 18 Ellen Turner. And on the bench tonight, Lisa Fanua, Emma Langley, Mia Mossman, Natasha Reary and Bridie Siri. Tonight's referee is Janelle Samet. You may be familiar with her running the line in the W League during the summer, but she's got the whistle as the central appointment tonight. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on NPL Victoria YouTube channel and also the NPLW Facebook page. We're live and interactive. Leave a comment. Adriano says a number of new names on both sides. Good to see the youth development. Adriano, show some optimism for the start of a new season. Let's see what these two teams have to offer then. And we're underway at the Veneto Club. Bulleen Lions title defence starts here. A championship that perhaps they weren't expecting to win when they rolled into semi-final weekend against Calder United last season. And then they won 4-0 and then came up 3-0 winners in the grand final against South Melbourne. Straight away they're under the pump as Shields is forced to save. Sydney Allen nearly with the perfect start to her Heidelberg career, and the ball is taken away by Caitlin Friend. What a good cross from Steph Galea too. And so Heidelberg out of the blocks, hoping to spring a surprise tonight. And back to Christine Fanua, one of 3 sisters Fanua in the Heidelberg team. This is a former Bulleen player, of which there are a few out there, Daniela Galuccio. And charging through is Franny Iamano with a bit of energy. And Iamano's cross is going to slide behind Mel Camilleri. Can't outfox Ellie Torre. It's out for a throw. Hayley Richmond to take the throw. Friend holding up the ball, Sarah Kane. And that pass runs behind Liana Iaconis and gives Christina Hall a bit of work to do. Just got the heels clipped there by Garcia, but it's going to end up in Bulleen possession, and Iaconis, who missed the initial pass, goes back to retrieve. Shields. It's Kayla Morrison. And the effects microphone doing a great job early. Mel Camilleri there. Steph Galea can't keep the ball in. 2 minutes gone. Don't forget there is men's NPL tonight as well. Kingston hosting Danny Thunder. You can check that out on the men's NPL page or also on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel if you've got multiple devices going. Galea. Back to Galuccio. And not the most convincing pass over on the left side as possession is coughed up. Quigley with an early touch that comes to little. It's Rebecca Saber with a pass. Knocked away from Garcia. Through comes Monica Fanua. Torre. And now Galea. Trying to take on Camilleri. And the assistant referee signals Heidelberg's way. Ellen Turner then, down the left. Garcia loses possession. Iamano is there, can't capitalise. Turner continues to challenge. Slight challenge from Garcia. And then scooped into the box. Holly Balderston, who won the Team Amp Cup with Calder United last season. It's now switched over to Heidelberg. Always good to see country players in the women's NPL. Balderston growing up in Shepparton. Good audience rolling in. Make sure you like, comment, share, let people know you're watching the women's NPL. Of course, all games live streamed this season. Great to have Enza Tasevski tuning in. Champion player for Melbourne Victory at Bundoora and Calder. So we see a free kick here. Those Monday night games always prove popular. If anything, it's a bit of a surprisingly small crowd, given the good weather. Very warm day, actually, in Melbourne. And Christina Hall, one of the new arrivals at Bulleen. Maroon's not her colour. I don't think she'll mind me saying that. We all got used to seeing Kay Hall in black and blue stripes, and that free kick is going to cause some trouble. Camilleri, the other arrival from Box Hill, nearly there to scoop it beyond Fanua. And now Sydney Allen, unmissable in the headgear, but that pass missed its target. And Sarah Kane, Bulleen backtracking through Friend. And then Richmond all the way back to the goalkeeper. Bulleen, of course, with the advantage of playing in the Community Shield last weekend. Although they were comfortably defeated 3-1 by Calder United. And that was 3-0 before a late consolation. And they're breaking through here. It's the opening goal of the season for the defending champions, and Emily Dolzan, as play just opened up and presented a near unmissable opportunity. Bulleen Lions almost walking the ball into the back of the net, and it's 1-0 at the Veneto Club. And Dolzan, who may have played a lot of her career as a defender, spent a lot of time last season in the front three, and she'll be happy to open her account just 6 minutes into the new season for Bulleen. I've got to say the Heidelberg defence really was in absentia on that passage of play. Doesn't bode particularly well for the rest of the Knights. Can they come up with a response as Balderston and Saber try to combine? And Franny Iamano wins a duel of the number 17s. Rebecca Saber spent last year at Whitehorse United down in State League 3 before coming back to the NPL. It's a big jump. She was previously at Southern United. Of course, the Horse had a good season. Saber and M. Kopok combining to score a hatful of goals. And one of the photographers here tonight, Natasha Morello, was actually their goalkeeper. I think she's a better photographer than she is a goalkeeper. I don't think she'll mind me saying that, because she is an exceptional photographer. Up the Horse. Here's Christina Hall, right in front of the bench with coach Paul Kilpatrick. It's a long floating ball. Galuccio judges it well. Friend against Balderston. And now Allen. The foul is going to go Bulleen's way as Iaconis goes to ground. It is a Monday night, so it means the Iaconis siblings are both in action. Damien playing for Kingston, Liana playing for Bulleen. Touchdown from Garcia, and Kayla Morrison made her presence felt there, bumping her off the ball. Sydney Allen. Good close control from Allen, but in the cluster of players, very hard to escape. Quigley holding it up for Kane, and then quick switch to the left foot isn't going to meet Camilleri. Ellie Torre wheels away with the ball. Galea, Torre. Going past Sarah Kane. Now Garcia. Turning it back into the path of Torre, who continues this run. And Morrison, whose physical style of defending may have gone unpunished a minute ago, is conceding a foul here, right at the edge of the box. So if there's a free kick specialist in this Heidelberg team, now's the time to show your wares. Heidelberg may have just ripped themselves off a bit here. They've taken the free kick a couple of metres wider than where it was conceded. Not sure why. So Sydney Allen, standout in State League 1. Let's see what she can do here in the NPL. It's a floater, and it nearly dipped in time. Emily Shields just looking a little awash underneath that ball. Nothing to worry about in the end as it went out. Of course, there are a lot of outstanding players down in State League 1. And it does prove quite difficult to prize them away from their clubs and get them to come into the NPL. Hayley Richmond. Back to Morrison. The long ball off the head of Monica Fanua. Friend holding it up. Quigley there in support. Quigley attacking the near post, and Dolzan, with one goal already tonight, can't meet it as it honed in on the front stick. Booted away. Morrison. Balston being harassed by Iamano, who is just a ball of energy so far tonight. Franny Iamano willed herself onto the ball, but then gave it away with a less than perfect pass. And now Allen into the path of Galea. Great chance opening up for Heidelberg, and Galea's shot is saved. Lacks the power to really trouble Emily Shields. The ball from Allen was good. Got news of a goal around the grounds. Dandy Thunder have taken a 1-0 lead against Kingston City. You can watch that over on the NPL Victoria men's page. Torre. Elizabeth Robers hassled off the ball. Allen. Back to Galuccio. Robins, quick 1-2 with Allen. And now Saber into the path of Balderston. This is better from Heidelberg. Foul given. Of course, Elizabeth Robers, the number 4 for Heidelberg, also a former Southern player who ducked back down the state leagues to Sandringham in the second half of last year. sister Emma is now captain of Calder United. So divided loyalties in that family. Free kick then for Heidelberg. Galuccio tumbling into the box and nowhere near any of her teammates. Easy pickings for Shields. Friend. Back to Morris. Christina Hall. And measures the pass to meet the run of Emily Dolzan. Beautiful ball over the top. Dolzan cutting it back, and Galuccio with a clearance. Sarah Kane following up. And a shallow pass intercepted by Galea. And you suspect Garcia's offside, and she's going to duck out of the way and let Sydney Allen run onto the ball instead. Allen's cross, a good one. Galea offside. And it doesn't matter as the finish goes over the bar. Even though it wouldn't have counted, I'm sure Galea would have preferred that finish to meet the back of the net. Caitlin Friend ducks back in quickly, first time ball. See Dolzan trying to reach top speed. Galuccio to the ball first and then just coughing it up. Well, it's a goal kick, the final call. Last touch off Emily Dolzan. Turner's throw. Hall. That's a soft call. Bulleen won't mind. Free kick, chance to reset the play. Heidelberg drop back. Ball over the top, and Camilleri trying to chop it in against Torre, who lunged late, got the ball. Important tackle. Sabre will hold it up for Heidelberg. Quickly. All the way back to Christina Hall. So 17 minutes gone, still only early, but feels as though the game has settled into a rhythm. Bulleen scoring the only goal so far with Emily Dolzan. Heidelberg showing a decent bit of hustle. You'd expect some competitiveness in round one, full strength team. Long ball, Galea. And the back pass, an awkward one. Morrison and Shields. Well, in that situation, I am a big advocate for the goalkeeper just grabbing it and conceding an indirect free kick. It's really not the end of the world at the top of your box like that. Anyway, they've given away a corner. Corner kick, a real floater. Morrison willed herself onto the ball, straight into Ellen Turner. Now Galuccio. Monica Fanua. Galea. Sabre. And Richmond. Can't find Sarah Kane. Flick header on by Garcia to Allen. Able to evade Morrison. Back to Galea. And then it's up and over the bar. Great chance for the equaliser for Garcia. Boxton didn't know much about the ball. Turned it back on it, and yet it nearly turned into the perfect layoff assist. Garcia will feel as though that should be her first NPLW goal. Should have been Heidelberg's equaliser. That really would have been credit for their persistence chasing an equaliser in this game. Allen through the middle, flag goes up, and for the second time tonight Garcia is offside, just to get that feeling of putting the ball in the back of the net. Boxing past Emily Shields. It's not going to draw a booking though. Quigley. Kane. This is where she can be dangerous. Trying to play those forward passes. And Monica Fanua fouls Caitlin Friend, so Bulleen with a free kick. Someone keen to take it quickly. Iconis just calms things down. Christina Hall on set-piece duty. Hall's free kick. Morrison making a run, but there's too much on it. Good endeavour from Morrison to try to keep it in, but it has gone beyond the byline. 21 minutes. Bulleen still holding that 1-0 advantage. Turner. Given to Iamano. Trying to hold off Balderston, who nicked in, got a boot on the ball. Straight back to Morrison, and now Hall. Swiping a side-footed clearance all the way up to the keeper. Galuccio. Balderston. Sold Ellen Turner into a bit of trouble, and possession just presented back to Christina Hall. Torre. Monica Fanua holds off Rachel Quigley. Quigley, of course, who is the highest scoring player in W League history never to play for the Matildas. Of course, that's out of the Australians, that is. Highest scoring Australian in the W League never to play for the senior team. Speaks to her durability over a long career. She's come over to Victoria for a second stint with Bulleen Lights. She was here in 2015 as well. Hometown, of course, is Adelaide. Sarah Kane. Out to Hall. Friend. Attempted through pass, and no real Bulleen players making a run at that one. Easy pickings. Heidelberg have to be careful as Bulleen start to press up some numbers. Just getting hurried a bit here. Balderston and Turner combined to good effect. Can they turn it into a chain of passes in the attacking half, though? Allen. And this time, the flag stays down. No, it goes up. Tight call. Tight call on Steph Galea. I'm just going to ask the audience here. We've got a few experts near me. Thumbs up or thumbs down, offside or not. I'm getting a confused look. Trust the referee then. Stay with the ref. Garcia's turn to try, but Morrison is right there. Shields moves it on quickly. Camilleri gives it straight to Allen. She can pick a good pass, Sydney Allen, but don't add that one to the list. Camilleri, Friend, Iaconis, Bulleen on the move. Dolzan can go and chase. Fanua drawn out of her area and got there just in the nick of time. Richmond. Quigley's header on. Going to sit up for Galluccio to volley away. Morrison over the head of Kane. Balderston. Turner. Showing some good speed, Ellen Turner. And then tried to do a bit too much against Diamano, but Garcia's going to make it work. And now Galea. Back to Allen. Good combination between these two. And Morrison across to say enough of that, and away you go to the ball. Just kicking for territory to get it out of danger. Great to have Melbourne Victory and South Melbourne superstar Alex Gummer joining the live stream. Of course, South Melbourne winning 11-0 against Southern at the weekend. Bit of a surprising score. Really thought that might have been 15 plus. South, notorious slow starters, it must be said, in the women's NPL. Sabre. Garcia, that looks like a handball, and the referee had a perfect view. Free kick. Kayla Morrison walks away, no risk of a card. Looking at other results in the women's NPL this weekend, Bayside with a 5-1 win against NTC. Not a shock with the junior Matildas currently over in Laos, which there are 4 Victorians, all part of the NTC team. Box Hill with a 3-1 win away at Galaxy on Saturday evening. We'll come back to that after this free kick. Allen is going to go for glory, but can't dip it in time. Great to see Box Hill young striker Maya Markovski scoring a double, getting her season off to the perfect start. Of course, we've got the junior Matildas away. Markovski was part of the camp a couple of years ago, so someone who, if she has a big season, could still maybe be in young Matilda's calculation. You never know. You hope so, that's for sure. That's what the NPL is all about, getting players ID'd for the next level up, and certainly streaming every game is going to be a big part of that. Hall. And the through pass is harmlessly running down to Fanua. And on Saturday afternoon, the game I was at was called a 3, Alamein 0. Interesting match. Alamein had a couple of decent chances when the score was 0-0 and 1-0 down. Melissa Barbieri saved a penalty on her Alamein debut. And then called a second goal, effectively ended the game as a contest. Catherine Zimmerman off to the perfect start, scored 2 in the Community Shield and then 2 at the weekend. So just a guarantee of goals everywhere she plays. The reigning gold medalist. News of a goal in the men's NPL. Dandy Thunder are now 2-0 up away at Kingston City, so their night gets better. That game's live over on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. And there might be a threat of a second goal here as Camilleri tries to capitalise. Richmond. And straight into the path of Galea. Through ball down the left, and Balderston, can she get there before the line? No, the synthetic just allowing the ball to continue its trajectory. And over it goes out for a goal kick. So those were the 4 results already this weekend. Nothing completely unexpected. Box Hill will be happy that they got the win away to Galaxy. A lot of unknowns, of course. Galaxy with a new coach, Gabriel Markach. Morrison to Richmond. Camilleri, neat little sidestep and then attempted through ball. Turner's happy to take possession and then ran out of ideas, just sent it straight towards the safety of the touchline. Of course, this Saturday there's a big game coming up. It's Calder against South Melbourne. 2 teams that managed to avoid each other at the business end of the season in the end. They didn't meet in the Cup, they didn't meet in a semi or a grand final. Yet it was just a point separating them at the top of the league in the race for the Premier's plate at the end of the campaign. So it was a rivalry that didn't really have a great payoff in the end. Hall, high ball, volleyed away by Torre. Now Rebecca Saber. Morrison goes to ground and then recovers quickly, and has to because Allen is moving, and Richmond popping the ball straight back to Allen. Danger not yet averted for Bulleen. Was Garcia offside? She was. And the offside flag has been the enemy of Melissa Garcia so far through half an hour. Has perhaps ended her most promising involvements in this match. A couple of bright young football minds have joined us on the stream. Current holder of the Salt, Andrew Kentapizitis. And also Caleb Smith, who, schedule permitting, will hopefully join us on the airwaves on some of these live streams as the season goes on. Probably taking notes as we speak at home. Coaching analysis. Sydney Allen. Little nutmeg on Camilleri. She won't appreciate that. Torre. And now that's a good, offside. I was about to say it's a good run, but the hand was raised from Christina Hall. And Heidelberg continue to rack up the offsides here. This time it's Balderston who's strayed beyond the last defender. As long as it only stays 1-0, Heidelberg will feel as though they've got a decent foothold in this game. Bulleen have not shown a huge amount of attacking intensity, it has to be said. Other than the goal has largely resembled their effort in the Community Shield. Cross in from Dolzan, and right on cue, that was a good chance for the second goal. Fanua keeps it clear. And Richmond, a scuffed shot, flags up. Camilleri coming back from an offside position, and rather than let Heidelberg attempt to counter, the referee will whistle play dead. Now Garcia. This time the flag stays down on the tight angle. And seems to be a bit of a shoot-first player at the moment, Garcia. He's had a few opportunities inside the box, outside the box, tight angle this time. Fair enough. Not too much getting forward in support. Steph Galea was making a bit of a run. Really wants a goal on debut. You can just tell. Richmond. Quigley. Allen. Morrison. Intercepted by Monica Whenua. Shot from the edge of the box. Speculative at best from Camilleri. First time we've really seen it drift over to the right side tonight. Turner. Garcia really striving to make ground and does so. And the cutback straight off Christina Hall. And then Garcia a tad overzealous in chasing Hall. Could this be the first card of the game? Janelle Samet, the referee, coming over for a chat. No further action required. It's been a well-behaved game so far. Christina Hall back up from that foul a moment ago. Giving the ball away. Garcia, Allen, just let it run on. Iaconis gets back to recover for Bulleen. Kane. And that is a promising pass. Torre, though, is quick. And Camilleri is not going to be able to chase it down. Still made it an awkward decision, though, for the clearing Torre. Morrison. Camilleri. Morrison and the volley by Galluccio. Balderston. Allen. And then the attempted through ball. Hall against Balderston and just good use of the body from Christina Hall. Torre refusing to be led to the ball but can't keep it in. Great to have the sporting manager of the Veneto Club, Carl Hodge, join our live stream on Facebook. Shout out to Carl. Always does a fantastic job here at this facility. One of the better grounds to commentate from in Victorian football. In fact, I think the Veneto Club goes one ahead of Lakeside for me tonight. This is game number 54 here for me. Long ball over the top. Iaconis making a run and then has to pull up. And I'm not sure why. Seem to be onside. Seem to be having a decent run at the ball there. Sarah Kane to Caitlin Friend and Camilleri caught behind Torre. Referee sees no need to whistle a foul. Possible handball by Dolzan. It's allowed to slide. Clearance from Whenua. Now Turner against Dolzan. Garcia working very deep. Long ball over the top. Can Balderston use her pace? Morrison is good with the closing speed, though. Even though Holly Balderston is a quick player, Kayla Morrison with the long loping strides there was just able to breeze across to the ball and clean things up. Slowly meandering towards half-time this game. Bulleen have been in front since the 6th minute. Sarah Kane. Hall. Iconis. Shields. Is Heidelberg's concentration going to be tested at the end of this first half? Iamano to Dolzan. And the cross is well defended by Turner, who takes it on the body. First touch for Natasha Morello. Down there holding the camera. Quigley. Iamano. And Friend's touch is knocked off the line. Goes behind for a corner kick. Not too sure the Heidelberg defence knew much about that, other than they didn't allow it in the back of the net. One of the saves of the half, you'd have to say. So the resulting corner as Bulleen try to double their advantage before the break. 5 minutes plus stoppage until half-time. Christina Hall will have to wait here, though. Referee Janelle Samet wants to have the customary word to players jostling each other inside the penalty area. Nothing too aggressive going on, though. In it comes. And it's a free header for Garcia to clear. Allen won't be able to break away because Iamano is covering. Franny Iamano, clever, good footwork to Richmond. Camilleri with a sweeping cross that finds a nest of Heidelberg players. Iamano, Iconis, out to Christina Hall. Bulleen have committed a lot of numbers forward, but Hall opts for the long shot instead. That is tamely wide. Allen. Flag goes up. Story of the first half for Heidelberg. Balderston couldn't time the run. They are asking questions, Heidelberg, but the answer they continue to get is offside. I feel like if they can just calibrate it just right, they'll be through one-on-one against the keeper here. Bulleen are happy to continue to play an offside trap. Heidelberg keep walking right into it. Haley Richmond hugging the line. Camilleri. Quigley. And the return pass for Camilleri, a good one. Fanua commits. And Torre, good use of the body just to hold off Camilleri and clear a path for the oncoming Fanua, who is good for at least one per season. Absolutely ironing out an oncoming opponent. Legally, might I add. Galuccio. Richmond. Quigley. Good first touch. And Dolzan, well, the return pass to Quigley is sending her sideways rather than forward. Robers are able to halt Quigley's progress. Turner has a bit more fortune. And then Garcia to no one in particular. Kayla Morrison. Kane rolling beyond Sabre. And then went to ground very gently. Referee had a perfect view, not interested in the contact. Sabre, Galuccio, Robles. Sabre. Attempted long ball by Turner. Flag stays down. And Heidelberg are in behind. Garcia. Can she score, Garcia? Saved by Shields. And Holly Balderston prods it in for the Heidelberg equaliser. They got it right. And as Heidelberg players sprinted away, Bulleen were hoping for the offside flag. It was not forthcoming. And on Heidelberg debut, Holly Balderston has a goal. An equaliser in the 44th minute for Heidelberg United. And the two players who've been repeatedly trapped offside in this first half have now combined to score. And even though Garcia perhaps won't be satisfied with not getting credited with the goal, it was her great run that drew this save from Shields, parried right into the path of Balderston. Heidelberg will now feel as though the endeavour and the absorbing of pressure during this half has all been worth it, as they do get a goal to show for their efforts. And Bulleen will go into the rooms, perhaps thinking about maybe a more aggressive approach in the second half, because they were seemingly happy to let the game meander at 1-0 up rather than force the issue to try and score a second. We go into stoppage time, just the one additional minute at the end of this first half. Sarah Kane, is there a twist at the end of the first 45? Richmond. Camilleri. And Torre. Camilleri fouls Torre. Arguably been the standout for Heidelberg in this first half. A lot of defending she's had to do one-on-one. One minute of stoppage is almost expired. Iaconis. Kane. Back to Morrison. Stoppage time almost expired. Maybe one last chance for Heidelberg. Off the head of Morrison, had to get there. Balderston was nearly through again. And that is half-time. An intriguing end to the first 45. Holly Balderston's equaliser cancelling out the opener from Emily Dolzan, and it means that the Veneto Club, the defending champions, have a bit to think about at the break. It's FC Bulleen Lions 1, Heidelberg United 1. Stay with us on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel and NPL Victoria Women's Facebook. Live pictures from the Veneto Club at the start of the second half. Both teams back out on the pitch. 1-1 the current score. Bulleen with the challenge thrown down to them by a Heidelberg team that fought back after Emily Dolzan's early goal to equalise through Holly Balderston 1 minute before the end of the first 45. Teo Pellizzeri, my name. Great to have your company on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel and also the NPL Victoria Women's Facebook. You get 5 subs in the Women's NPL, and at the moment it looks as though the same 11s that started the evening are going to resume the second 45. So Heidelberg to kick us off at the start of the second half. Melissa Garcia, a player who persisted looking for that goal for Heidelberg, and it was her shot parried by Emily Shields into the path of Holly Balderston that led to the equaliser. And we're back underway. Long ball over to the right side, straight from kickoff, and Galea's cutback is dealt with by Morrison. Camilleri to Friend. For those of you who may have joined us during half-time, Bulleen's team, Emily Shields in goal. They have made a sub. Alex Natoli comes on at centre-back next to Kaylin Morrison. Left-back, Hayley Richmond. Right-back, Franny Iamano. Christina Hall has moved into midfield next to Sarah Kane and Caitlin Friend. And the front three at the moment, Mel Camilleri, Rachel Quigley and Emily Dolzan, which means the player subbed off at half-time was Liana Iaconis. And for Heidelberg United, as they deal with this forward pass, Christina Fanua in goal. Centre-backs, Daniela Galuccio next to Monica Fanua. Ellie Torre at right-back, who's guarding Mel Camilleri here. And Ellen Turner at left-back. Cross into the box. It's going to run on, out for a corner. Heidelberg midfield is Sydney Allen, Elizabeth Robers and Rebecca Saver. And up front, Garcia leading the line with Holly Balderston in support on the left and Steph Galea playing over on the right. Corner then for Hall. It's a low-driven ball. Allen can't roll it away from Sarah Kane. Sydney Allen runs straight into Friend. Christina Hall. And the numbers are with Bulleen. Switching to Camilleri. And Steph Galea takes the ball off her feet. Galea popping it out to the right. Garcia, can she show her speed against Richmond? Garcia twisting and turning, and Balderston is totally unmarked, and would you believe it's hit her standing leg rather than the right foot, which was swinging for the ball. That should have been 2-1 Heidelberg. And it's the goal scorer from the first half, Holly Balderston, that has missed, you hate to say it, a sitter. Heidelberg try again. Balderston against Iamano, and Morrison is across. And the Bulleen defence will be wondering how they allowed Balderston to be left so unmarked in the 6-yard box. What a chance. That should have been the visitors in front. Alex Natoli, who didn't play W League over summer, work and travel getting in the way. Monica Fanua, back pass. The Fanua sisters combine. Ellen Turner. Straight at Iamano, gets a second shot at it. This time Caitlin Friend. Rebecca Saber will sweep onto the ball. Robers. Galea on the move against Richmond. And Galea took on the shot on the tight angle, just drifting into the hands of Emily Shields. Iamano to Dolzan. Iamano. Turner leaves it behind. Dolzan. Christina Hall. And Sydney Allen, industrious, working through the challenges. And now with a turn of speed, Allen, clever through ball, offside flag. And the offsides continue in the second half. Foul paid here against Torre. Morrison. Christina Hall, an unmarked header. Should have done more with it. Sent it way wide of the target. Was totally unguarded in the area there, Hall. Great chance for Bulleen to go back into the lead. Sydney Allen. Free kick then for Heidelberg. Allen. Natoli won the header against Garcia. Christina Hall. Dolzan. Monica Fanua wins the block tackle. Goes in again on Natoli. Real scrap for possession. Sarah Kane with a little spin out of trouble to calm things down. Morrison with a long ball. Camilleri, as it rears up off the synthetic, didn't quite run on the way she would have liked. Now, across into the box that doesn't present too much danger for Heidelberg to deal with. Rovers. Galea. The long ball from Torre. It's going to bend wide. Morrison, straight to Torre. Back to Kayla Morrison. Under the pump from Galea. Friend goes in to help out, and it's a clamp there on Galea from either side by the two Bulleen players. Foul conceded as a result. Sydney Allen with another free kick. And Garcia making the run this time, but a fresh air swing at the ball. Trying to ghost in from beyond the far post with the element of surprise there, Melissa Garcia. Ball bounce beyond her. See Bulleen players running up and down the sideline there. Preparing another sub. Looks like it is Candela Ferreira-Bass, who's not too far away from making her league debut after playing in the Cup last Friday night. Camilleri, Christina Hall in space, enjoying this more advanced roll is Hall! And it was always going wide right. Looked promising off the boot, but then just kept sliding. And Hall has already been involved since moving up the pitch from right back. Players around the women's NPL continue to tune in. Great to see Guljan Koja, former Melbourne Victory star, and of course now one of the key pillars of Calder United, joining us on the stream. Melissa Garcia, new Heidelberg arrival. Played for California State in NCAA Division II. That was between 2010 and 2014, so she's a long time out of college. And she's in possession right here. Garcia has really shown some good qualities already on debut tonight. Can she outfox Natoli here, though? No, she cannot, and concedes a foul in challenging for the ball. Played in the WPSL in the United States and tried to get a gig with Xolos Tijuana in the Women's Liga MX, which is a league that's been doing some amazing things over in Mexico. Crowds of more than 40,000 to some of their league games. Pretty phenomenal competition, but she couldn't get a contract. So she's here in Australia instead. And now Allen, seeing Shields off her line, but misdirects the strike. And that's not the sort of finish that Allen needed there to catch out Shields. Allen trying to hustle, catches Sarah Kane in possession, and now Rober's at the edge of the box. Allen with a spin, and Kayla Morrison says, "Not on my watch." Takes the ball away. Battle of Americans. Now long ball is catching out Torre. Camilleri, Bulleen trying to swing end to end. Torre goes to ground. Camilleri driving it straight into Torre, out for a corner. Bulleen taking plenty of time with this corner kick. Players huddled around the penalty spot. None in the 6-yard box just yet. We're waiting for the delivery of Christina Hall. And, well, it wasn't worth the wait. Easily cleared by Saber. We'll move it up the pitch to Galea. It's Natoli back. Richmond. Natoli. Sliding it through the channel. It's touched away by Galuccio. Vital to keep it from Christina Hall. And then good hustle against the byline to prevent a corner kick. Almost at the hour mark then. Bulleen 1, Heidelberg 1. Game in the balance at the moment. Heidelberg have put up a very good showing in general play in this second half. Getting the ball to the feet of Sydney Allen a lot more. Bulleen preferring the aerial attack here. Hall. Back to Richmond. Lofts another cross. Quigley! And it's a great save from Whenua to deny it. Wouldn't have counted. The flag was up for offside. And in a sense, that's a bit of an injustice to the goalkeeper that the save doesn't matter because it wouldn't have counted. Still, great reflexes from Whenua. Rachel Quigley showing great judgment of the ball dropping out of the night sky there to meet it for the volley. Just not the judgment to stay onside. Melissa Garcia has escaped out to the left touchline here. Just hiding some 25 metres away from Franny Iamato, the Bulleen right back. Long ball from Galuccio, headed away by Morrison. Torre, Galuccio, Saber, setting it into the path of Galea. Galea, the early ball. Mozzoli knocking it clear. And then Camilleri's back pass is going to take some defending against the byline. Richmond prevents it going out for a corner. Great to have former Bulleen coach and also coach of the Northwest State League 1 champion Eltham Redbacks, Bobby McGuinness, tuning in. Prolific Facebook commenter is Bobby. Of course, he was gold medalist of the Victorian Premier League before I was even born, back in the early 80s. Quigley, Kane, Friend, Camilleri. A directionless cross. Ellen Turner volleying it away. Sydney Allen. Hopeful pass. Iamano cuts it off. Sarah Kane just trot on the ball. Iamano to Morrison. Morrison again committing to the challenge, and the ball has been sprayed long due to the momentum generated. Bit of activity on the bench. It looks like Candela Ferreira-Bass is going to be coming soon. She had been finishing her warm-up, so as we tick into the 62nd minutes, be interesting to see who Candela replaces here actually in that Bulleen front line. Big thanks to Carl Hodge and the Veneto Club for a complimentary bottle of water. You always get a shout out for the freebies. There's one thing that the Essendon District Football League did better than the NPL. It's the free food, no doubt about it. Quigley, almost for Christina Hall, who's almost moved into a forward role herself here. Richmond. Saber intercepts. Morrison, Quigley, and Hall can run at the ball. Whenua leads her to it. Hall's not giving up on this one. And Christine Whenua sharply away. Ferreira-Bass now waiting with the fourth official, so next break in play we'll see the sub. Got comments and questions coming in. We are live and interactive on Facebook tonight. Of course, available on YouTube as well if you want to watch on your home TV. Or whatever smart TV device you may have. Sarah Kane, just back and forth between the two teams at the moment. Fetty Frew asks, where is M. Kopok? Well, M. Kopok, the talk of women's NPL sometimes. I do believe she's still at White Horse United, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Long ball to to Galea. Garcia's making a run in the area, but the ball's not going to arrive. Kayla Morrison gets across and then wins a goal kick as well. Emphatic defending. And Garcia, who's been ghosting in from that left side all half, would have been dangerous there. The board goes up, and Ferreira Bass is going to play in midfield. As she comes on for Sarah Kane here. So Kane, who has shown some touches of class, but not really been able to get into the position where she is most dangerous, and that is playing the final pass through to a forward. She's had to spend a lot of time down in the defensive half in this game. So Candela Ferreira Bass. Looks as though it's prompted a switch of Quigley to midfield as Ferreira Bass goes into the front three. Mano's going to throw it all the way back to Alex Natoli. The flag is up against Garcia, against Richmond. First card of the game. And out of the pocket, Janelle Samet books Hayley Richmond. Just a little overzealous with the grab. Maybe a bit harsh for a yellow card, but in a dangerous enough area of the pitch to draw that caution. Sydney Allen has been threatening all night with the ball at her feet, whether it is in play or a dead ball situation like this. This is a bit of a floater though, and that is easy pickings for Kayla Morrison to head away. Good energy from Torre, but couldn't keep the ball. Irmano matches the enthusiasm, and now has Natoli breaking down the right side. First time ball. There are loose Bulleen players. Ferreira Bass, what an introduction this would be. But she's turned away from the target. Well defended by Robers. Now has to hold the ball up. Crossing it in, Saber clears. Well, looked like Candela might have been through the left side of the box there, but not to be. Iamano, long ball. Will it sit up for Friend? Galuccio got there first. In true synthetic style, the ball did just hold its bounce there and linger in the air, tantalisingly perhaps for the forward. "67 minutes then, 2/3 of the way through the night's action. It's been a good game, and even though it was quite warm earlier this evening, late challenge by Galea there has clattered Kayla Morrison, very gingerly getting back up. But, it's cooled down quite a bit, and I think the tempo is going to stay high as a result. Quigley's attempted through ball, and Torre gives herself up there on the handball. Patricia says, from Horsham, Vamos Candela. Tell you what, if there's a player who is just a magnet to social media comments, it's Candela Ferreira Bass. Has a huge following. Almost as much as Sarah Lorca, actually, from Calder. Something about the South Americans. Candela, Argentine. Sarah Lorca, Chilean. We've got an ongoing concern here for Kayla Morrison, and if there's one player that Bulleen cannot afford to lose at any point for any amount of time, it is Kayla Morrison. And out comes the new physio, Charlie West, to help Kayla Morrison off the field. They lost Chiara Tomasoni to Brunswick City Done a lot of recruiting this off-season, Brunswick, but Kiara might be the best one. Anyway, Charlie's a pretty good replacement and seems to have worked the magic on Kayla Morrison straight away, who's able to walk to the sideline. But is that her night over? They're going to have to sub her off. Wow, okay. That could be a real game changer here for Heidelberg. Morrison leaves the game injured, and Kate Fotopoulos comes on. Gee, that is a big storyline here for Bulleen. Morrison, who was the linchpin of the league's most miserly defence last season, leaves the game. And as Christina Hall clips this free kick into the box, Quigley is not able to get the finishing touch. Fanua bravely diving in. And so Christina Hall, who was looking quite threatening as a forward, now has had to drop into centre back. Galuccio. Quigley. And foul for the contact by Quigley. You do wonder here, can Heidelberg now go on and win this game? Morrison does such a power of work in defence, is, I think, inarguably one of the best two players in the air in the women's NPL. The only other one that could maybe make an argument is Jamie Pollock from South Melbourne. They lose a lot when she's off the pitch, Bulleen, that's for sure. Christina Hall is certainly a fierce competitor and will take on the challenge of deputising. Bobby McGuinness wants to know the goal scorers. It was Emily Dolzan after 6 minutes, and then in the 44th minute, Holly Balderston on Heidelberg debut got the equaliser. Turner just waited for the ball to settle and then rolled it back to Fanua. Iamano. Dolzan. Franny Iamano. Back to Alex Natoli. Richmond. Holding the ball up for Christina Hall to clear. Friend to Richmond. And has to resort backwards. There wasn't a great deal of presence there for Bulleen in the middle of the pitch. No real passing outlet to find. Given away. Galea. Straight to Fotopoulos, who's then caught in possession by Galea. Steph Galea had Garcia in his sights, but again, Garcia may have just drifted offside, you suspect. It's been the main issue for her tonight, staying onside. Natoli, long ball. Balderston. Think back to that great chance Balderston had at the start of this half to put Heidelberg into a 2-1 lead. What an opportunity that was, and how it would have changed the game. There was a renewed sense of optimism about this Heidelberg team that they can spring the surprise here on the opening Monday night of the NPLW season. Saber. Off the chest of Balderston to Sydney Allen. Danger for Natoli. Allen hustling. And Shields is there in the nick of time. Oh, no foul call. Natoli looking sore. Sydney Allen, it was sitting up. Chance to score. And then the impact from Shields was enough to knock the headgear off. Barely recognisable without the headgear, Sydney Allen. The Americans, some Americans really love the protective gear. I know that Catherine Zimmerman wore it for quite a bit of last season. Long ball down the left. Ferreira Bass striving for the ball. And now against Torre. Richmond. Followed away by Galluccio. Camilleri. Fotopoulos. First time shots. And screws it wide right. Fotopoulos, who can show that scoring touch. Recall her scoring a hat-trick in a game for Box Hill 2 seasons ago against NTC. Definitely has an eye for goal from central midfield. Online audience continuing to build. They're consistently over 100 now, so make sure you like, share, comment. Let people know you're watching on Facebook. Of course, you can watch it on YouTube as well. NPL Victoria. And if you're wondering what's going on, you haven't seen the news, every NPLW Victoria game will be live streamed, same as this one, through the course of the season. Also, every top division men's NPL game, and 2 a week in NPL 2. Franny Iamano. And took on one player too many. Galluccio standing tall. Balderston. Rovers. Garcia. Friend. Iamano. And that one explodes off the boot. Really near any of the teammates. And so the board goes up. Next sub on the way. And it's going to be Heidelberg subbing off their goal scorer, Holly Balderston. Of course, she had that great chance to make it 2-1 as well. And coming on for the Burgers is Bridie Siri. Of course, played last season at Melbourne University. But prior to that, NPL experience with Calder. Was part of their championship-winning team in the first season of NPLW. And what you need to know about Bridie is she's very quick. So, fresh legs for Bulleen's defence to think about here in the number 15. Free kick Heidelberg here. We've gone into the last 15 minutes then. Of course, it's such a long season, 27 games. No team's going to be too worried about what their round 1 result is. Certainly Heidelberg would get a great boost if they can hold the defending champions to a draw, especially given the recruiting spree that Bulleen has gone on during the off-season. Here's Garcia, building a full head of steam, and the shot is saved. Good hands by Shields as well, because first in for a potential rebound was Bridie Siri. Important hold there from Shields. Sliced by Galluccio. Torre against Ferreira Bass. Candela Ferreira Bass. Twisting and turning. And then clattered with a tackle from behind. Ellie Torre gets up. And Ferreira Bass back on her feet. Is there going to be a card or just a warning? Well, it's not even a foul. The ball has gone out for a goal kick, and understandably, in fact, offside I think is the call. Paul Kilpatrick is not happy. I'm being told by Nathan Sack, our cameraman, that perhaps it was a slip over the ball that made it look worse than it was. Anyway, we got the answer in the end. Anyway, I was talking about Bulleen's recruiting. Such as the squad depth they've got at the moment that Tessa Cernio remains on the bench tonight. Ashley Jordan from the NTC was playing under-19s earlier this evening. And even Liv Ellis, former Young Matildas player, was playing in the under-19s. So they've certainly got some options. Yamano. Dolzan. Rovers to Allen. Turner. Intercepted by Iamano. Friend to Dolzan. And Monica Whenua across to guard. Friend, and the tap of the ankles from Elizabeth Rovers means a set piece out wide on the right. Christina Hall's been taking almost all of them so far tonight. Great to have South Melbourne's new recruit Cindy Lay jump on the broadcast, watching the stream. Shout out to Cindy. Forward to her joining me in commentary, hopefully, on a few games this year. As Christina Hall has come up with the go-ahead goal for Bulleen. A pack of players watched on and now run over to celebrate with Christina Hall. Just decided on the angle, let's go direct. And Whenua caught on the goal line. And Christina Hall scores on her league debut for the Bulleen Lions. And with 10 minutes to go, Heidelberg will have to dig deep and try to find another equaliser. It's always dangerous to make references to old things in football when you cover a women's NPL match, because so many of the players weren't even born. But that was the NPLW equivalent of Ronaldinho lobbing David Seaman, I reckon. Bore strong resemblance. Of course, a lot of the players out there probably weren't even born when that happened in 2002. Christina Hall, scorer of the go-ahead goal, on to Quigley. And now Camilleri charges down the clearance. Bulleen trying to strike twice in quick succession. Quigley, Friend, Ellen Turner. Sabre. Friend. And now all the way back to Shields. So Bulleen happy to own possession now with a 2-1 lead. They'd love a third just to make it safe, because Heidelberg have, in general play, shown feistiness at times through this second half and through this game in general. You wonder if their energetic style might just be starting to take a toll, though, with 8 minutes to go. For Erebus. Ellen Turner wins the header. Siri. To Sabre. Diagonal ball, Steph Galea won't stop running, won't stop trying for Heidelberg. Against Richmond, who is on a card. And Galea's cross, hoping for Garcia, and well marked by Natoli. That was important from Alex Natoli there. Whistle goes. Bulleen and Heidelberg, I think, here are both making changes. Board's gone up here, and there's a bit of confusion because Melissa Garcia's Heidelberg debut is coming to an end. And I've got to say, I'm a little bit surprised. I think if someone was going to score a goal for them, it would have been Garcia, and now the board goes up. They got the number wrong, or did they? mass confusion as Sydney Allen runs over to the bench. Eventually, belatedly, Garcia does come off. And Emma Langley, the Tasmanian forward in her second season with the Burgers, comes on. So it is a like-for-like change. And Bulleen also make a change with Rachel Quigley coming off and Kelsey Zafaridis coming on. The two South Australians are exchanged, one for the other. Sabre trying to barge through. Still Rebecca Sabre. It takes a deflection. Siri! And it's across the face. What an introduction that would have been for Langley. Bridie Siri perhaps should have hit the target herself, but as it slid agonisingly across the face of goal, Emma Langley, lunging in late, couldn't make contacts. Great chance for Heidelberg. And will there be more to come? They're running out of time. Audience continues to build. A good finish to this one. The NPLW community is watching. Plenty of interest in this league. Christina Hall. Friend. Ferreira Bass, first time ball, straight to Galluccio, but a loose first touch. Dolzan, out in front of Zafaridis. She chases it down. Turner there. Zafaridis, who did break into the Adelaide United team for one W League season a couple of years ago when Huskanderovic was coach. Of course, a Victorian himself. Sydney Allen, and now Siri, Natoli, Elizabeth Robins. Let's sit up for Langley though. Natoli, good strength. Allen left the ball behind for Topoulos. And off the back of Turner's head, but effective for Topoulos. Back through. Brings the ball under control. And now Friend wide of Camilleri. It's going to have enough on it to run all the way out for a goal kick. As the Bugs and the Beatles make their presence felt here. Oh, it's a massive, actually, stay there, Sack. Come over, come over. It's gone. It's an absolutely massive cockroach. Forget the broadcast, that thing was post-nuclear apocalypse. We had possums here at the Venado Club last year, now we've got cockroaches. What's going on? Natoli. Zafaridis. Turner. Slips under the foot of Rovers. Iamano. Bouncing into the path of Camilleri. And now Zafaridis has a clean look at goal. Can she free the feet though? Forced wide. And now Camilleri, that's a tired scoop of a cross. And Ferreira Bass tangling up with Fanua. Elizabeth Rovers, 3 minutes plus stoppage to go. Heidelberg running out of time. Can they make a late go of it, trying to split the points on the opening night? Board's going to go up. Another change on the way. Rebecca Sabre night is over. Coming on for Heidelberg is Tash Reary, young forward who's bounced around junior teams in NPLW. Got her senior debut for Heidelberg last year. Also played for the New Zealand Maori national women's team. Probably couldn't be a better time to grab a goal as she is involved straight away off the bench here. Through the left side, Bulleen go. You wonder if they'll take it down to the corner, perhaps, rather than going for another goal. Richmond's throw. Camilleri. Heidelberg sending the ball long. Hall, her goal the difference, but she's left the ball behind here. Bridie Siri, can she show her pace? Iamano is just as quick, and that's well defended by Franny Iamano. Bulleen quick to transition numbers back. Heidelberg don't quite have the numbers forward. Natoli. Reary. And that crossfield pass. Galea, can she chase it down? Right up against the touchline, kept it in, did well. And now Robers pops it back into the path, but can't connect with Galea. Heidelberg got to leave numbers forward here and press up because we're into the last 30 seconds of regulation. And Bulleen will take their time. Milk the clock here successfully, Bulleen. Can Heidelberg get the ball back though? Allen trying to produce across from the byline. It's a corner. And Heidelberg, while not the tallest team, will get a late corner kick here. Wow, fourth official lifts the board 5 additional minutes. So that'll be a new lease of life for Heidelberg. And any thoughts of Bulleen taking it down to the corner? They're going to have to waste a lot of time here. Allen's corner. Can she find her teammates? Galuccio! And it hits the woodwork! And then goes out for a goal kick. And what a return to the Veneto club that would have been for Daniela Galuccio. The former Bulleen Lion hitting the crossbar with that header. You'd suggest that Shields had it covered, but a high looping ball like that, anything's possible. The clock continues to tick then. 1 minute of stoppage time has expired. Tash Reary is going to go for it, and that was the height of ambition. Ultimately just giving the ball away. Shields happy to take every possible second here as Bulleen hold on to the 3 points. Zafaridis. Bulleen ball. And so they will slow it down to a stroll again. Galuccio's header. Camilleri against Rovers. Now Bridie Siri just trying to volley it on at all costs. Natoli back to Shields. Heidelberg not exactly pressing up in numbers, but it's an unconvincing clearance. Siri down in the corner. And good movement being grabbed by Natoli. Still going Siri, cutting it in. And Christina Hall was the cool head under pressure. And now the counter's on here. Camilleri past Monica Fanua. Heidelberg players running into each other. And Ellen Turner came up with a big tackle when needed, but then Dolzan caught her in possession. Now Galuccio clears away. Friend. Ferreira-Bass in a duel with Torre. Ferreira-Bass almost able to fashion across. Reary. And back to Turner. Natoli. Now to Fotopoulos. Do they take it to the corner now? 3 minutes of time have expired. 5 were allocated. Series header on. Iamano. Dolzan. Back to Christina Hall. Richmond. Heidelberg just need the ball back here. And they're going to get it. Langley. And a foul from Friend will allow Heidelberg to march their players down the pitch. They've got just over a minute to come up with something here. And Mel Camilleri is going to do very well to avoid a booking here. Heidelberg won't be happy. This is just successful time wasting, you'd have to say. Not even a sanction to go with it. Well worth doing. Galuccio. Off the chest of Allen. Monica Fanua had to commit. Now Galea. Can they get one more ball into the box? Richmond won't let them. And the long ball, they're all onside as they were inside the defensive half. And Fanua, keeper sweeper, bombs away. Christina Hall. Back to Zafaridis. Game being stretched. Still Kelsey Zafaridis. And the shot is saved by Fanua. Overarm throw from Fanua to Monica Fanua. There's barely 20 seconds of the allocated 5 minutes to go. Is it the late show from Heidelberg? Steph Galea is going to go for it. And the air goes out of the balloon as the shot is an anticlimax. And that will take us to the end of the allocated 5 minutes. Bulleen look like they're going to hold on. Will the referee allow any more time given Bulleen's attempts to wind the clock in these dying seconds? It's going to bounce down the wrong end as far as Heidelberg are concerned. Torre just pops it out. That might be that. Look at the watch from the referee. Richmond hurls it down towards the corner. Ferreira Bass protecting the ball. And wins the corner. Full time then. Bulleen Lions start their championship defence with a win, but they were made to earn it by a Heidelberg team that showed plenty of spirit and commitment tonight. It all started with Emily Dolzan's goal after 6 minutes, equaliser from Holly Balderston in the 44th, and then Christina Hall's free kick with 10 minutes to go separates the teams. Heidelberg had their chances both to lead and equalise, but ultimately will be left to rue those missed opportunities. Thank you for your company tonight on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel and NPLW Victoria Facebook page. Don't forget, all games are now live streamed in this competition, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Facebook page. My name's Teo Pellizzeri. On behalf of the production crew tonight, it is good evening from the Veneto Club. FC Bulleen Lions 2, Heidelberg United 1.